Speaking of cool shit, this to me is super cool. A while ago on the podcast, I did a deep dive into Roman Reigns sneakers. My theory on Roman Reigns sneakers and how I thought that Roman Reigns several months ago was being very deliberate about the sneakers he was wearing. He was showing up on SmackDown wearing Jordans. This isn't the first time it's been done. You know, Enzo used to do it. Shane McMahon did it. But Roman Reigns was wearing very iconic Jordans. He would wear the Jordan 1 Royals. He would wear the black cement Jordan 3s. He would wear Jordans that Michael Jordan had done iconic things in. And to me, this version of Roman Reigns, this Roman Reigns character is something we've needed in wrestling for a long time. To me, Roman Reigns is the Michael Jordan of WWE. Roman Reigns is that guy who knows that he's the best, is not shy about telling everybody he's the best, and refuses to lower himself to the level of the other people in the locker room. I'm talking about Roman Reigns, the character, of course. He expects the rest of the locker room to play on his level or get left behind, and that's it. And this is going in part of what's going into the John Cena story. But Roman Reigns took it up a notch this week on SmackDown, and for you guys that aren't sneaker geeks, it was probably lost on you. And maybe some people of you that are sneaker geeks are not looking this deep into it, but I am looking this deep into it. I was literally texting people at WWE to tell them, I know what you're doing, and it's awesome. Roman Reigns showed up on SmackDown wearing Travis Scott Fragment Jordan 1s. These sneakers came out about a week and a half ago. I will tell you right now, as a sneaker collector, I have the original Travis Scott 1s. I have the Travis Scott 4s. I have the green Travis Scott 6s. I was literally selling older sneakers to raise capital to potentially purchase the Travis Scott Jordan 1 Fragment collaboration sneakers when they were released. A handful of them got released on Travis Scott's website. And that was it. They never showed up on the Nike app. They never showed up on the sneakers app. They never showed up in bigger sneaker stores. A handful of sneaker boutiques got a few pairs, and that was it. The aftermarket pre-release price of these sneakers, which is astronomical, never went down because there was never any significant production of it. There was never a chance for somebody like me to even get a pair. And these sneakers have become, for those that don't know, I mean, Jordan 1, obviously the iconic silhouette in sneakers. Travis Scott is probably the most culturally relevant musician of the modern era and full-on artist. The collaboration that he has done with the Jordan brand has been the most successful of any artist. I mean, Kanye West and his collaboration with Adidas for Yeezys, that's a whole company. That's not what this is. Travis Scott is collaborating with Jordan. Adidas allowed Kanye to start his own company. And Kanye's full-on company is the only thing that compares even with the collaboration that Travis Scott has going on with Jordan 1. That's with Jordan. That's how big the collaboration is. Add to that this word I just threw in there, Fragment. Fragment is a clothing company, a design company, really, that has in the past released a handful of sneakers in collaboration with Nike, but the original Jordan 1 Fragment collaboration, which is honestly just a unique color change of the original Jordan 1 with a small logo of the Fragment company stamped on the back of the sneaker, is the premier sneaker in Jordan. That's the Ferrari of Jordan 1s. That's the sneaker. So what Jordan 1 did was they took their Jordan 1 silhouette, they took Travis Scott, and they took Fragment, and they combined it into one thing. Those are the sneakers that Roman Reigns wore on SmackDown on Friday night. Those sneakers got the blogs talking. Those sneakers got a lot of places talking that do not talk about wrestling. And I found it to be very, very significant. Sneaker culture is a big deal. And there's two ways to do it. Either way is cool with me. The way the Young Bucks do it is that they allow what my perception of it is that first of all they're heels, right? And they take the more obnoxious, showy, annoying end of sneaker collecting and highlight that part of it, right? Like the wrestling in Dior's, which are probably fake, but wrestling in Dior's and coming out and having like off-white Jordans that match their off-white tights, like they're doing it for heat, right? They're not necessarily taking the sneakers that are the most relevant things in the world at this moment. They're just taking super overhyped sneakers and using it to create this sort of Hollywood, we're full of ourselves, heel heat thing, which is fine. But what Roman is doing is something completely different. To me, the people that you see walking around in the sneakers that Roman wears, especially those Travis Scott Jordan 1 fragments, are NBA players, are the most relevant musicians of the modern day. These are the sneakers that you'll see. The NBA has turned into something interesting. Basically, when basketball players, especially the famous ones, walk into the arena to start their workday, they don't walk in their uniform. Their uniform is hanging in the locker room. They walk in their street clothes. And press is there to take photos of them. And every game, those photos get out. And that walk has become a fashion show. Every big NBA player shows off the coolest, most relevant stuff that they've got when they're walking in. And it adds to this mystification of who they are. It makes them look like and feel like superstars. Not pro wrestling superstars, not superstars. This person is a superstar. This person lives a life that I, as a fan, can only dream of, you know? This is the Kardashian reality show world. This is the superstar world. This is not the world that we live in. This is iconic, is almost a word that you can use. The image that Roman is crafting, and I know, I don't even know what I'm supposed to say. Jordan Brand gifted Roman those sneakers. Roman didn't go to like some secondhand place and like just buy the most expensive sneakers because SmackDown's got the budget for it. Jordan Brand gifted Roman those Travis Scott Fragment ones. And that type of stuff is not happening in pro wrestling. Roman walking around in Travis Scott Fragment Jordan 1s that were gifted to him by Jordan Brand puts Roman on that elite level athlete platform. It puts him in the conversation with culturally relevant, pop culture relevant elite athletes. It makes it so Roman becomes the LeBron of the WWE. That even if you don't watch basketball, you know exactly who LeBron James is. He's a celebrity beyond the NBA. The steps that are being taken in the presentation of Roman Reigns puts Roman Reigns in that conversation. So it's not that wrestler Roman Reigns, that WWE guy Roman Reigns. It's no. This is elite level athlete Roman Reigns. This is a guy that commands attention from that younger, hipper audience. I hope that all of this is being paid attention to. Because what's going on with Roman Reigns right now is how you build a superstar in any business in 2021. The steps that are being taken now, and I don't know if everybody in the wrestling world is even aware of it, are putting Roman Reigns on a different platform than a WWE superstar. And that doesn't always happen for WWE superstars until after they leave. You know, The Rock had to go and make movies for Hollywood to really understand the value of The Rock. John Cena had to go and make movies for Hollywood to really understand the value of a John Cena. Roman Reigns is taking steps to allow people to appreciate the value of the size of the superstar that he is without leaving WWE. He's staying in WWE and still being able to build that Hollywood level elitism that's necessary to being a true superstar that goes beyond a singular brand. And I think that that's something that the WWE needs, because what it does is it brings the WWE up with him. It lets the world know this is the level of superstar that the WWE is producing. That it's not like this separate world over here. Oh, that's that wrestling thing, right? That's that WWE thing, right? No, that like the same way the NBA creates stars and the National Football League creates stars that go beyond. The National Football League creates stars that could end up on GMA. The NBA creates stars that are producing television shows and starring in movies while they're still playing basketball. The NBA creates stars that are worthy of a 10-part documentary series, not targeted towards basketball fans, but targeted towards the world. Football does the same thing. Roman Reigns, on the path that he's on today, to me, is the guy that proves that the WWE can do the same thing, and there's nobody in the industry that's doing that. And as much as we all appreciate what is going on the surface with Roman Reigns, the stuff that's going on just under the surface is industry changing, and I love to see it.